Happy International Biodiversity Day. Let's be grateful for the role of all living organisms, visible and invisible to us, on land and in the soil, in the air, in freshwater bodies and in the ocean, for the whole web of life and how it supports our life on this planet. Let's be grateful also for how nature keeps regulating our climate. And let's reflect on how we cannot afford for any climate response measure to cause severe negative impacts on biodiversity, because that in itself would make our climate system less safe. It would also worsen the climate change impacts on human rights, particularly those of persons and communities in most vulnerable situations. And it would undermine everyone's resilience and adaptive capacities to respond to climate change impacts. And finally, let us imagine how we can transform our economies and societies by protecting and restoring ecosystems and human connections with nature, including through access to justice and effective remedies for the harm that has already been caused to the climate system. Human connections with nature support our physical and mental health as individuals and in communities, and they bring us together across generations in alliances working towards a safer climate for all. I hope you can enjoy today and every day all the gifts that biodiversity brings to us.
Happy International Biodiversity Day 2025. Today we celebrate life on Earth in all its rich diversity and the people who work every day to protect it. But this year's theme reminds us that biodiversity conservation is not only about ecosystems, it's about people, justice, and our shared future. We are reminded that protecting biodiversity means upholding human rights, embracing gender equality, and mobilizing whole of society action. The Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework gives us a historic opportunity to reverse biodiversity loss and build a world that is more equitable, inclusive, and sustainable. Its 23 action targets aligns with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. But achieving these goals require more than just policies. It demands a whole of society approach. Indigenous peoples, local communities, people of African descent, women, youth, in all their diversities, every voice must be heard. Their knowledge, their leadership, and their rights must be recognized and protected. A just, sustainable future requires that every voice is at the table. That's why we need policies and funding that prioritizes gender-responsive action, support women-led initiatives, and ensure equal access to resources, land, and decision-making spaces. This is where human rights comes in as both a foundation and a force for transformative change. By putting rights at the heart of biodiversity governance, we build solutions that last for people and the planet. So on this International Biodiversity Day, let's commit to working across movements for strengthening inclusive and transformative collective actions for biodiversity, for sustainable development, and for gender justice. Let's use the KM-GBF and the SDGs as tools to uplift those most impacted and most essential to nature protection and restoration. Let's keep moving forward together for living in harmony with nature and ensuring to leaving no one behind, and recognizing the right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment for all, the people and the planet.